Imagine you're sitting in a sleek boardroom in Zurich, 2011, with a group of sharp corporate strategists debating their next big move. The market's shaking, rivals are watching, each executive torn. Should they dive in with a huge capital investment, staking their claim and daring competitors to react? Or hold back, keeping options open, and wait for the fog to lift? That moment, fraught with tension between commitment and flexibility, cuts to the heart of what Benoit Chevalier-Roignant and Leno's Trigeorgis call option games. How do you decide when and how to play your best strategic hand? Let's unpack this. Every manager faces this strategic crossroads. Act boldly now or wait and learn more? Let's dig into why that choice feels like a tightrope walk, balancing risk and opportunity. Back in the 1980s, Alcoa faced a tough choice: invest heavily in a new aluminum smelter or delay until the market proved itself. The CEO chose commitment, betting big to scare rivals off the market. But that gamble came with a catch. While Alcoa dominated short-term supply, the market shifted unexpectedly. This episode illustrates how a bold stake today can shape your rival's moves, but only if the timing's right. Think of flexibility as owning a Swiss Army knife instead of a hammer. A hammer's powerful but rigid, great for one job. A Swiss Army knife gives you options, letting you pivot when surprises pop up. That's the essence of real options in strategy. It's not just about acting, it's about keeping choices alive when uncertainty looms. Here's the twist: sometimes the smartest move is to do nothing, at least for now. By holding back, you gather fresh information, observe your rivals, and avoid costly mistakes. That wait-and-see stance isn't passive, it's a strategic weapon, turning uncertainty from a threat into a source of value. Now, strategy isn't a solo act. Your decisions ripple through a sea of rivals. How do option theory and game theory dance together in the boardroom? Chevalier-Roignant and Trigeorgis introduce a fresh framework, option games, where you combine the power of real options with classic game theory. Imagine companies playing chess, but each move costs money and opens or closes future possibilities. It's not just about winning today, but managing future decisions under uncertainty and competitive pressure. Picture a poker game where betting big not only risks chips, but also sends a confident signal to your opponents. In markets, making a large investment stakes your claim and warns rivals that you're ready to fight. This signaling shapes competitors' responses, sometimes deterring their moves even if your hand isn't the strongest. But here's the kicker: opponents can bluff or fold too. Some players delay moves to gather info, others feign strength. Recognizing these dynamics lets you read competitors better and adjust your strategy, turning a confusing market into a clearer battlefield. Timing isn't always clear. Sometimes decisions come in jumps. Other times, markets evolve fluidly. The authors tackle how to model these different realities. Discrete time models break the strategic landscape into neat chunks, like quarterly earnings meetings or board votes. Each step is a chance to move, observe, and respond. These models helped early strategic thinkers grasp the essential tensions, but felt a bit rigid compared to real-world markets. This book's big leap is introducing continuous time option games, a way to model moves unfolding anytime, not just in rounds. Think of it like watching a thrilling soccer match versus a turn-based game. The flow, rapid rebounds, and split-second decisions capture the messy reality managers face. Why care? Because real markets don't pause. Having tools to analyze strategy in continuous time means you can predict and respond faster, identify fleeting opportunities, and outmaneuver competitors stuck with old-school thinking. It's the difference between playing tag and playing blurred-speed paintball. Here's that classic dilemma again: go all in or keep your options open. The authors provide fresh ways to balance these conflicting pulls. Making a big capital investment not only moves your company forward, but also changes your rivals' behavior. In one example, a European telecom giant's multi-million-dollar infrastructure bet froze competitors temporarily. The visible commitment sent a clear message: we're here to dominate. This upfront muscle forces competitors to rethink or retreat. Yet, flexibility lets you avoid costly missteps when markets shift unexpectedly. Think of it like a tightrope walker balancing carefully. One wrong step could spell disaster. Keeping options open, like delaying investment or scaling small, gives you wiggle room to adapt and pivot as new info rolls in. The authors introduced models that put numbers on these trade-offs, quantifying how much flexibility is worth and when commitment pays off. Understanding this balance is like having a strategic GPS, guiding managers to the sweet spot between too early bets and endless hesitation. Theory's great, but these ideas must stick the landing in messy, unpredictable markets. Here is how this framework gets practical. Chevalier-Roignant and Trigeorgis didn't just add more jargon, they brought together game theory, real options, and economics into one clear playbook. Imagine a Swiss watchmaker assembling tiny gears from different eras into a single precise timepiece. This unified framework makes strategy concepts accessible while preserving rigorous insight. Managers often wrestle with market uncertainties and rivals' unknown moves. This book arms them with practical tools to quantify potential moves and reactions, like a GPS for navigating foggy terrain. It's about making decisions with more confidence, whether launching, delaying, or scaling back. For executives ready to apply these ideas, the book offers clear models and real-world cases. It transforms complex math into pragmatic, intuitive guides, turning abstract theory into concrete action steps. That's the payoff, strategy that's not just smart, but ready for the real world. Remember our Zurich boardroom, tension thick as executives weighed their moves. Now you see why the tightrope between bold commitment and prudent flexibility isn't guesswork. It's a calculable dance combining game theory with real options. When you find yourself stuck deciding whether to leap or pause, try mapping out your options like a game board, where every move signals, every delay informs, and every risk has a measured payoff. Strategy isn't about rushing. It's knowing when to hold, fold, or raise with eyes wide open. Next time uncertainty looms, don't just choose, play the option game. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.